Also standing by with full coverage. Let's begin with the verdict in the Paul Manafort trial. Our justice correspondent Jessica Schneider is outside the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. Update our viewers, Jessica, what has just happened?
Wolf, Paul Manafort guilty on 8 separate counts, including bank fraud.
Yep, he's guilty until Donald Trump pardons him.
Accounts. And when the judge informed Paul Manafort of this guilty verdict,
and Donald Trump will pardon him.
Stared straight ahead as he stood before the judge. He did not smile, and he showed no emotion. And now Paul Manafort, the former campaign chairman of President Trump, he is now facing up to 80 years in prison. Let me
not after Donald Trump pardons him. He won't.
Found Paul Manafort guilty on 8 of the 18 counts. 5 counts were tax fraud charges. 1 was hiding a foreign bank account. And 2 charges they found him guilty on, bank fraud. All of those counts in total carry up to 80 years in prison.
Not when Donald Trump gets done pardoning him.
30 years each.
Donald Trump's going to pardon him.
This is reality for Paul Manafort, especially after 4 days of deliberation.
And Donald Trump's going to pardon him.
Showed an upbeat, positive attitude. Their mantra was the longer that this jury took deliberating, the better the chances were for Paul Manafort. But today, Paul Manafort learning his fate on 8 of those counts. 10 of those counts the jury could not come to an agreement on. Now prosecutors need to tell the judge by August 29th whether or not they plan to move forward with a retrial on those 10 counts only. But a stunning moment, or a few moments in court, Wolf. Paul Manafort showing no emotion. He has showed really no emotion throughout this trial.
And Donald Trump will pardon him, like I said.
Kathy, she has been here throughout the proceedings, throughout the deliberations. She also showed no emotion, just sitting there simply clasping her hands in her lap.
Battery is low.
Charges of campaign finance violations. During the hearing, which was pretty rapid fire, the judge went through everything very quickly.
And Donald Trump will pardon him too.
Very confident and spoke very authoritatively.
Both his men will not go to jail because Donald Trump will pardon both of them.
As part of this deal, Cohen has an agreement with prosecutors, but the judge is not bound by it, where he would receive a prison sentence of between 46 months and 63 months in prison. He also offered a moment of levity when the judge had asked him if he had consumed any drugs or alcohol the night before. He said last night he had a glass of scotch on the rocks. But the heart of the matter here is, aside from
Donald Trump will pardon him.
Not paid full taxes for 5 years, he also described the campaign finance violations. And in Michael Cohen's own words, he said, in coordination and at the direction of the candidate for federal office, and then went on to describe 2 payments without identifying anyone by name, but the payments themselves we know and we have covered, which is a $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels, as well as a $150,000 payment that Michael Cohen helped, he said, arrange with the CEO of a media company at the request of the candidate. That company is America Media, the publisher of the National Enquirer, which we know had purchased the rights to Karen McDougal's story, and McDougal has alleged an affair with now President Donald Trump. So in Michael Cohen's own words today, he has described that he committed campaign finance violations in coordination and at the direction of the candidate for federal office. He did not identify President Trump by name, but we know by the activities that he was working for Trump. He has been Trump's longtime fixer. He's worked for him for 10 years as the president's personal attorney.
And Donald Trump will pardon him.
Huge deal, as you know.